welcome to the Blue Pepper Tomato. My name is Jane, and today we're going to be making something really special. We're going to be making a Manatee's key lime pie. So, I don't know if you know this about me, but one of my favorite desserts is key lime pie, so I'm very excited to share this personal recipe with you. In here, in the food processor, I have already 1/4 cup of sugar, and I also have 1 tablespoon of lemon zest. And so really 1 tablespoon is just the lemon zest that can be found on 1 lemon. So first I have put these in here. The way that you know that this has been combined very well is that the sugar should be turning a yellow color. So let's do that first. And there is a candied type of texture that you also will be noticing. So next, what I'm going to be putting in is 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk. So after we have those components in, I'm also going to be adding 8 ounces of cream cheese. So that is just simply 1 block of cream cheese. And of course you want this cream cheese to be softened. And then what over here that we have is key lime juice. I also have gelatin in here, which is a thickener, and I'm going to take 1 teaspoon as an additional 1/4 of a teaspoon as well. Just open. And then I'm going to be taking 1 tablespoon of the key lime juice right here. And then all we're going to be looking for is the disintegration of the gelatin. Add a little bit more. And over here I have 20 key limes. It's actually 20 halves, so altogether it's about 40 key limes that have been split in halves. So what I have done is I heated all of these up in the microwave. It took me about 3 minutes, and then I squeezed them out individually, so it was kind of time consuming. In a lot of gourmet stores you can just buy key lime juice, and I highly recommend doing that if you do not have the time or the patience to squeeze all of these out. But I did yield 1 cup, and what you want is 1 cup. A lot of times people, when they're making key lime pie, they simply say, why can't I use the regular Persian limes? And in this instance, especially when making something as straightforward as key lime pie, in other words, key lime is found in the title, you want to stick with key limes. Key limes are much more potent. They really defined acidity. They also have, if you smell them, this type of like herbal tones or herbal notes within them. and they're naturally just much more potent than limes. And so if you ever take a bite of a key lime pie, the best key lime pies have a punch of this deep, rich lime flavor. And you cannot get that flavor if you use regular lime juice or regular lime. So keep that in mind. So to furthermore disintegrate the gelatin, I'm going to put this in the microwave for about 15 seconds. Alright, next I'm going to be putting in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Seems like anything that is bakery-like is going to have vanilla in it. Alright, this looks great. So again, everything we're putting in here is in the food processor. We want this to be very fine. We want the mixture to be very fine, very broken down. We don't want there to be any lumps or chunks. That's why it's better than using a mixer. Food processor really does process the contents more than a mixer would. What's really amazing about key limes too, and this goes along with limes as well, is it's not just a citrus fruit, but it also has many health benefits, and I'll just name a few of those. One of them is that it has anti-cancer properties. It actually has the capacity to stop the cell division of cells that do have components of cancer within them. And so it has this type of property that has the ability to check the cells and then stop the cell division if there is some inconsistency. So right now I'm going to mix all the contents I put in here so far, and then I'm going to be feeding in, or just simply pouring in, the lemon. So I have all the contents in here, and now I'm just going to be feeding in the key lime juice after these have been fully mixed. Okay, so this is a great time. I'm just going to pause it in case you can't hear me. I'm just going to be feeding in gently the key lime juice. Okay, so let's just try a little bit of this. A punch of flavor, definitely. Okay, so in here I have made vanilla pudding, and this is also going to be going in here too. I'm going to be putting in about 1/2 cup into this mixture. It's just going to add some more thickness and some more richness and depth to the key lime pie. Okay, you can really add instant pudding, but you want to make sure whatever pudding that you make, that it's going to be 3/4 of a cup. This one, I have 1/2 cup of sugar, I have 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. I have some salt in here. I have some half and half. I have egg yolks. And I have vanilla, of course, too. I used a vanilla bean. So in this situation, you're going to be putting it on the stove. You're going to be monitoring it for a period of time. And a lot of times, there's just quick recipes online. It really takes just 10 minutes to make. The long process is then just waiting for it to fully chill, which usually takes around 3 hours. Alright, so that is in there. Alright, so what am I going to do? I'm just going to mix this up again. Okay. Alright, one more time. The vanilla really comes out in this too. So, this is definitely something that's very rich. Right in here, I have made a crust. I'm going with a graham cracker crust. You're welcome to use any crust. You just want to make it sure it's thick enough that it's going to be even with the key lime mixture. In other words, it's going to be a little bit less than the key lime mixture, but you still want good chunks of graham cracker crust or a crust. If you're interested in the recipe that I have right here, please go on to one of my other videos. It is called Mountain Berry Goat Cheese Cheesecake, and that is where you will find the recipe for the graham cracker crust. You might be wondering why I named this key lime pie the Manatees key lime pie. I'm a huge fan of manatees, and when I went to Key West, that is where I had the opportunity to see manatees, since they are commonly found there. They're also found in other areas of the world as well. Some interesting key facts, fun facts about manatees is that they usually live with their mothers until 7 years old. And so for animals, that is a really long time, or in this case, mammals, that is a very long time. They're also very expressive, or very vocal creatures. And they express themselves in a variety of social situations, as well as situations that involve fear and anger, through squeaking or making other type of squeaking noises as well. Manatees are also very hungry herbivores. They usually eat up to 150 pounds of different foods, but it's always plant-like and algae-like. They're actually called greeneries, what they consume on a daily basis. They're usually around 1,000 pounds, which I think is so interesting. Because usually when we think of something that's so massive, we think it's so harmful and dangerous. And they're really easygoing creatures, so they're very innocent. This is really good. A great filling. Manatees are also wanderers. In other words, there's been reports of them traveling to areas that are kind of out of their element. They can live in freshwater, saltwater, as well as brackish areas, but they are not known usually to go up the coast. They are found in coastal areas because they're shallow and they have the opportunity to get certain foods in shallow areas, but they usually don't go all the way to Massachusetts. And recently, I have read in a couple areas that they have been going more to the coastal regions on the east side of the United States, and that is where they have run into trouble. There have been attempts to transport them, but they usually die in the process. All right, so here we go. The next process is simply to chill this. You can chill this up to 2 days, but I recommend 3 hours minimum. So let's put this in the fridge. Okay, next what we're going to be doing is a really simple syrup, and what it's actually called is a key lime west sauce. So right in here I have half a tablespoon of cornstarch, I have 1 tablespoon of water, I have 1/4 a cup of sugar, I have 1/4 a cup of key lime juice, and I have 1/8 a cup of water. So those are the ingredients that you want to be using. And all I'm going to be doing is putting this into a saucepan. Make sure you get all of the sugar out. And you're just going to be heating this up on medium heat until it thickens. And then you just want to chill it. And then when the key lime pie is done, you can just spread it right on top. Alright, this is the blue pepper tomato. My name is Jane. And what we have made tonight is a Manatee's key lime pie. Have a good night.